What's going on, guys? It's Stefan here. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play here on the channel. This is Madden NFL 24. This is clearly American football game, so I'm going to check this out for the first time. Now, just see if I can get some footage here for you guys. Hopefully none of this music is copyrighted, but basically I like my American football. I've been to a fair few of American football stadiums during my time, so by sharing the amount of friends details about your game's accomplishments while making friends with social feed that can be accessed in game. Yes, and yes. Okay, sort that out. I'm expecting a few settings to come up in a few moments. Okay. Alright.
Welcome to Madden NFL 24.
Okay.
Let's accessibility settings.
Okay. So I'm going to make these. I think they're on. Okay. So I'm just going to turn this down. Just going to turn down the music just a wee bit. Okay.
Right. The narration option is set to off.
Okay, that's fine.
Accessibility settings.
Okay. Experience level, I'm going to say I'm a rookie. I haven't played this much, to be quite honest with you. Favorite team is the Dolphins. Crossplay enabled, yeah. Performance quality.
Accessibility settings.
Continue.
This will enable a timing component for guaranteed accuracy on bullet passes, and you control the placement of the pass within a target area with precise control over the pass's strength.
Okay.
This enables control over the placement of a pass within a target area with precise control over pass strength. This disables skill-based passing and uses the classic Madden passing controls.
I'm going to go for classic, since that's what I'm used to. Okay. Let's continue the trial, so let's see how well we get on with this. So as you guys can see, we've got Ultimate Team here. Quick play. You know, guys, just for this episode, I'm just going to do some quick play here. See how well we get on with play now. I'll play that as the Dolphins. Okay. Let's see how well we get on with this one, I feel. Should get on pretty well, I hope.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Miami Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. But tonight, we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Let's get it, guys.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
Alright guys, let's get it. That's a kick return, I think.
Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Buying time to it. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense. And at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
The Falcons got their feet wet with Ridder during a 4-game audition last season, and he did end their year with a pair of wins. Optimism reigns that he is their quarterback of the future.
First down, here's Ridder. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Ridder back to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. So, Charles, this defense in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
Well, I think the game plan is the same as most, which is, hey,
rush coming, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Ridder throwing on third down. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And look at this. He's going to keep it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Robinson up the middle. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Miami set to take over. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. We're scoreless after 1.
Nice.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. To the left side and taken in by Chosen. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now White. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Second down, this is Wilson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. Oftentimes with these gadget plays, these fakes, we focus on the offense and say, hey, they practiced this week. But the defenses practice these situations too.
And just look at it this way. The two owners sitting up in their boxes, one is saying, boys, my team well prepared, and the other one's like, I got to talk to my coaches. What were they thinking?
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They're going to drop him behind the line yet again. Things going from bad to worse. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Third down, here's Patterson. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was a 3rd and long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And here comes Berrios. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now White. That ball caught. It's Chosen. Touchdown. Robbie Chosen. 39 yards. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Heineke. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hart.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Play action now. Here's Heineke. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Berrios. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Nice.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
I'm a coach.
From our studios in Orlando. Now White with a 1st down throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there.
Dolphins option.
It wasn't picked off.
Back to the air on 2nd down. White.
Oh.
And his throw is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Franks. Throw left side complete. That's Hart. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Let's go overload 3 press.
Working out of the gun, Franks. Short throw to Smith. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Franks.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And take it right on the 30. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Go for
the Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on the lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead the big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. White looks to throw. This one left side caught by Berrios. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. To throw, White. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Robbie Chosen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Running the counter, Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional in the battle of game plan.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No wasted time from Channing Tindall on that play. He got back there in a hurry and met him to stop him for a loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On second down, a run with Patterson. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The Franks looking to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Okay.
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run again with Wilson. And down he'll go at the 25. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4th-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Right.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Another run for Wilson on 2nd. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 20. And that will get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Wilson with a 1st down carry.
Ooh.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Robbie Chosen, an 11-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense.
And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, If you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Patterson running between the tackles. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him?
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Wilson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Another carry for Wilson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A give. This is Wilson. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll run with Wilson. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 88 yards on the ground for Wilson. He's got a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Gaskin. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Wilson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That play disrupted and stopped for a loss by linebacker Troy Anderson. So
that doesn't matter.
Victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
Wow. Well, that was fun. Let me know what you guys thought about that in the comments box down below. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. I'll see you next one. Peace out.